Well, hi, Vivian. It
Hi.
is so nice to see your face. What everyone should know is that Vivian and I in this COVID world have only spoken over the phone. This is our first Zoom, and I got to call her and tell you, Vivian, how much I love your play, Duchess, Duchess, Duchess. For us at Steppenwolf, we felt a kind of miraculous intersection with you when we read your work. We have a really diverse artistic office in terms of age and gender and race, and certainly mostly in taste. And so it's very rare where all of us say, this is something we want to see. And I think for Duchess, 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 we all want to see it for a different reason. We all have really different access points for what we think it's about, right? And can you talk a little bit, only what you're comfortable, talking about in terms of, your entry point to it, and for you, the why of it, whatever part of that you're comfortable with.
Totally. I started writing it, I want to say like 3 years ago. It was like a little bit before I started school. I just wrote this like one-off monologue that was in the voice of one of the characters, which is the Duchess in the play. And it started when I just saw this picture of Kate Middleton after she had just given birth. And it was like a couple hours later, and she's like outside the steps of this hospital, and she's like smiling, she's perfectly done up, and she's like still visibly like she's still got a belly, like she's still like, this woman clearly just gave birth mere hours ago. And I just thought there was something like incredible about that image of this woman like facing down all these paparazzi after having gone through this like pretty traumatic bodily thing. And it just like encapsulated so many things to me, like, the demands of institutions and like what it means to be like a public facing figure, especially like a woman who's a public facing figure. And then I remember Meghan Markle was like, she's gonna join. And I was like, what the hell? Because in some ways it's like this reaction I feel like people have of like, you're just so excited where you're like, oh my God, we got one in there. Like, yes, we're going to tear that place down. And then the other side of the reaction is like, no, get out of there. Like, like do not under any circumstances enter that institution. And it felt like such a great metaphor to me of like, on a bigger scale, what it means to be a Black woman entering institutions that are not necessarily warm and welcome and built for you, and like the ways in which once you're in it you start to adapt, and like what it means to bring other people like you into it. And so like that's like some of the things that I was like playing around with as I was writing it. But really it's just a story of a duchess who's like already in the system, a soon-to-be duchess who's coming into the system, and they have this one meeting where for like 30 minutes, all the eyes aren't on them. And it's what goes down between them when those eyes aren't on them.
As you wrap your head around the way that the play will work in this odd time, in this terrible odd time, that gesture of your reach unites so many people, and it makes us all feel closer. And I just think that right now, writers like you are the warriors we need. And I'm really, really, really excited to have you at Steppenwolf many, many, many times, and to be in a room with you would be super, super awesome. And I know it will happen. And we just can't wait. We just can't wait, Vivian.
Can't wait either. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Take care, and I hope you get to see your family soon.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Bye.